I would like to welcome our honorable guests, the Sikh Commissioner of the Chair to Sharma, Additional Deputy Commissioner Kishtwar, to present a bouquet to Mr. We are especially honored and gratified by the illustrious presence of. We are extremely education and training to improve the quality of services to the citizens of the twin UTs of J&K and Ladakh. Lordship himself is an enduring symbol of judicial competence, graceful bearing, and humility, who has carved indelible footprints of wisdom, which are manifested in the J&K Judicial Academy. In this inaugural session, acceptance of our invitation is reflective of my knowledge. I also welcome Mr. Sheikh Arshad, Ayub, adoring the chair of President, District Consumer Commission, Jammu program. I am sure that participants would be immensely gaining from his rich knowledge, and these have roots in earth. Hence, human beings enter countless transactions. I humbly submit that today about 80 sub-registrars and registers. Therefore, prudence requires that some of those transactions to all your doubts and queries.
I am transported with joy. It is a special occasion for me to be here and to be citing the legal luminaries of our UT and almost across the country. It is indeed a privilege to be with you, sir. And within a span of 10 months, we shifted to National Ganai document registration system and online and national software for registration of documents. It was started in a pilot mode, sir, in 5 districts, 25 offices, and within 1 month, all the offices were covered. Sir, I am pleased to share with your good self that registration in all the 86 offices is being done online. There is no cash transaction. There is no scarcity of slots. There is no waiting period. Nothing of that sort. Yes, sir. Sir, over the last old archaic that
certain things which are required to be learned from judiciary, which are required to be imbibed from the judiciary, so that this function is exercised in a proper manner. These trainings should have been done early as 2019, when this department was constituted. But we are very thankful to Judicial Academy that they have arranged this function within a shorter span of time. I wrote a letter to them and they responded it very immediately, and because of this, all of you are here. When we are saying that we are inviting investment in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, one of the part is the government is taken all aspects, e-registration, etc. But technology will not substitute the human brain. It is always you have to apply your mind for registration, and for that proper training is necessary. And we are very thankful that trained persons who have done their registration for a considerable period of time are giving us a helping hand to overcome this problem of registration. On behalf of government, I have a request that I interact with other officers also, that wherever judicial or quasi-judicial functions are being exercised by executive officers, there must be a compulsory training in the Judicial Academy for them, so that their experience is gained, and this will lessen the burden on judiciary also, because the cases which will be decided in a proper manner as per the procedure prescribed in the law, and the judiciary will also be not overburdened.
And my greetings to Honorable Justice Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, the Chairperson of Judicial Academy. Registration officer is holding the office. You must have observed it, that perception of the public or the consumers who come to you is that you are delivering a public service. So they are always in a state of hurry. Do it quick, as if it is a matter of demand. Of course it is a matter of demand. It is their transaction which is getting registered by you. But in a sense you are doing a statutory function. And then it has to be done with all caution, care, not as person is paying as if it is a fast food just to be dished out. So, as Law Secretary Mr. Achal Sethi said, that this switchover after Reorganization Act from an institution which has been doing registration work since somewhat 1977, roughly dating back to 1920s. So the DNA of this registration work was always with the judiciary. So even if a new Munsif would come, he would have the institutional inheritance with him or her to know that how registration work is done. Now today what I am saying is, I would if metaphorically say like this, जैसे सास से बहू को वो जो secrets pass on होने होते हैं, वो आज का session ये है, which Judicial Academy is now bringing, that we are having one of the best and the honest judicial officers of J&K Judiciary, Mr. Pawan Kotwal here. Yes. He would be passing on you of the entire domain of knowledge and wisdom which this judiciary has been retaining, because I am sure it never occurred an occasion for us to pass on that. No, that assembly today that is why both of us, myself and Honorable Justice Sanjeev Kumar here, so that we just tell you that we are here to serve the nation. Inheritance is such a 200 years spanning registration wisdom. And I hope that you are with a better understanding of law and
present here. New Year greetings, welcome and good morning. Being older in age and senior in position has its own advantages. One, that there is a presumption that you are wiser than your other colleagues who are younger to you. I say presumption. And two, that you get opportunity last of all, when others have spoken and almost covered the field. So taking advantage of that position, which I am enjoying, I would only briefly say that this registration function, as is rightly put by Mr. Achal Sethi, was earlier being done by the judicial officers. They were junior division and senior division judicial officers, the Munsifs and sub-judges. Though in the rest of the country it was being done by the executive. But one would wonder why in the state of Jammu Kashmir this was interested. This was very well done by our judicial officers. Mr. Pawan Kotwal, who would be interacting with you today, that you people have taken up the responsibility very well, and with the digitization in process, you have been providing very satisfactory services. In the beginning, as I have heard from the people, there was a long wait for registration of a document, always in hurry. But sometimes he's genuinely in hurry. There are people who are NRIs, they are here in the town for a couple of days, or maybe for a month. They want to have some transaction, sell their house or purchase a piece of land. And you were also not trained to deal with it. Some of your officers who are assisting you, mostly from revenue, and please don't mind, the revenue people are well equipped to put all type of hurdles in the smooth working of any office. You send your document to the Patwari, he will point out n number of defects in the documents. And you being new, direct KS officers, not much aware of the revenue intricacies, had virtually given up in the beginning. This was my impression. But with the digitization in process, the people have now started getting better services. Today's workshop, I think, is organized to have an interaction between those who have already done it and those who were a judicially trained mind, who knew better than all of you the adjudicatory part of the registration work. Our two learned district and session judges. And we have chosen, after due deliberation, these are the people who are really eminent domain experts in the field. So what I would like you to have today is not discussing the salient provisions of the Registration Act, because everybody who's interested in this job does the first thing, goes through the Act, though it's not easy that you go through and you understand everything. But what are the challenges? Challenges are when you sit in the office, several problems crop up which you have not visualized or contemplated. And you don't know how to deal with them. These require some sort of adjudication, some application of judicial mind, some interpretation of the provisions of law, some precedents in the past to be looked into. I think these are the things where you entertain certain doubts and you want a little bit clarification. I would request Mr. P.D. Kotwal and the other expert, Mr. Prihar, to give you a brief outline of the Act and its salient and important provisions, and then throw the debate open to the House, so that everybody who is facing these problems in his office, for example, registrar or sub-registrar, and he has some doubts and confusions in mind, he should come up with those questions so that you debate with each other and find the solutions to those problems. So in short,
हमने आज एक वन डे ये ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम है, जुडिशल एकेडमी इसको ऑर्गेनाइज कर रही है, रजिस्ट्रेशन डिपार्टमेंट, रेवेन्यू डिपार्टमेंट और लॉ डिपार्टमेंट इसमें कोलैबोरेट कर रहे हैं. इनफैक्ट डायरेक्टर जुडिशल एकेडमी और जस्टिस संजीव कुमार साहब जो यहाँ के चेयरमैन हैं, उन्होंने इसमें बड़ी पहल की. लॉ सेक्रेटरी और रेवेन्यू सेक्रेटरी ने फैसिलिटेशन की. इंटेंशन ये है ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम का कि जो सब रजिस्ट्रार को जो दिक्कतें आती है रजिस्ट्रेशन में, उनको वो दिक्कतें दूर हो सकें, उनके जो डाउट्स हैं वो हम रिमूव कर सकें. फैकल्टी है, रिसोर्स पर्सन आए हैं, तो वो इंटरेक्ट करके हमारे सब रजिस्ट्रार्स के साथ, ताकि हम अच्छा, एफिशिएंट और ट्रांसपेरेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन को फ़रोग़ दे सकें, और ताकि रजिस्ट्रेशन की जितने भी मसाइल हैं, चाहे वो लीगल साइड है, इंस्टीट्यूशनल साइड है, उनको देख के उनको ऑन स्पॉट वहाँ एक इजाला हो, एक उसको हम एड्रेस कर सकें. यहाँ जम्मू डिवीज़न के सारे सब रजिस्ट्रार आए हैं, तो ये हमारे AIGR जम्मू मंसूर साहब ने इसका ये कोऑर्डिनेट किया है. ब्यूटीफुली दिस हैज़ बीन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड. तो ऐसा ही एक प्रोग्राम श्रीनगर में होगा, और कोशिश है कि कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग टू अप स्केलिंग ऑफ नॉलेज और फॉर बेटर प्रोडक्टिविटी, फॉर ए क्वालिटी ट्रांसपेरेंट डॉक्यूमेंट रजिस्ट्रेशन रजीम, उसको हम बढ़ावा दे सकें, और साथ ही साथ कि ये टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन जो प्रोसेस है उसको और बढ़ा सकें, और जो भी है बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस है, टेक्नोलॉजी है, टेक्निक्स हैं दूसरे स्टेट्स की, यूटीज़ को, इसको इन ए ग्रेजुअल यानी फेज्ड मैनर वो यहाँ भी हम इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकें. और अल्टीमेटली कि जो हमारा विजन है यूटी गवर्नमेंट का, LG साहब का, हमारे चीफ सेक्रेटरी साहब का, कि हम एक एश्योर्ड ट्रांसपेरेंट सर्विस एंड टाइम बाउंड सर्विस डिलीवरी हम लोगों को, यही इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं आज के.
जैसा कि इंस्पेक्टर जनरल ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन अरशद साहब ने आपको बताया डिटेल में, आज का ये जो प्रोग्राम है, जैसे आप जानते हैं कि पहले रजिस्ट्रेशन वर्क जो था वो जुडिशल ऑफिसर्स के पास था. अब जो 2019 में एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर्स के पास गया है, तो नेचुरली इसमें थोड़ी सी डिफ़िकल्टीज़ इन लोगों को शुरू में आना स्वाभाविक है. तो उन्हीं चीज़ों को ओवरकम करने के लिए, उन्हीं पे डेलिब्रेशंस के लिए हमने जो हमारे एमिनेंट सोर्स पर्सन्स हैं उनको जहाँ पे लाया है, और इनका एक जॉइंट इंटरेक्टिव सेशन जहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइज़ किया हुआ है, ताकि इनकी एक तो स्किल्स को होन किया जाए, اور ان کی جو ڈاؤٹس ہیں, جو بھی ان کو ڈیفیکلٹیز ہیں ڈے ٹو ڈے رجسٹریشن ورک کے متعلق, ان کو ایڈریس کیا جائے.